let's start off in this position here. So we're just gonna open the hips up a little bit. So remember, feet here. Now you remember the one where we were pressing down into the thighs here? Okay, so you're gonna do that, and we're just gonna do a couple breathing ones. So inhale nice and deep into the belly, and then as you're pushing down, that's gonna be that exhale forward. Okay, so on the exhale, that's when you have the push, all right? Just like this, but you're just gonna lay back here, and you're just gonna do a little bit of like, it's gonna be a mixture of the movement, but the first one I want you to do is just gonna be a clamshell, kind of like closing the legs. So you're gonna be here, arms flat on the ground, like how you do the bridge. So you're pinching the shoulder blades back. Feet are gonna be tight together. You're gonna go inhale nice and deep into the belly. And then squeeze the legs up. But the key is, what you want to do is keep the feet together, just like this. So they're nice and flat together. Down, inhale nice and deep. Okay, so remember, you're going to do the inhale. So remember, you're up, chest is up nice and tall. Exhale, push into the thighs, and you're coming straight forward. And remember, you want to think about, so keep your hands like a little bit more relaxed on the outside so you can get a little bit more bandwidth between your chest and your arms, because if you have them in like this, then you can only pretty much go but so much far in. Keep your elbows out here so you can bend forward a little bit more, and you're almost kind of like pulling yourself lightly with your fingers towards your heels. So we're going to be in this position. It's going to be that same one as we're coming here. So that'll be the inhale nice and deep. Exhale. You're going to lean forward. Then as you go and you get to like that bottom portion, you're going to extend one leg out. So you'll feel that stretch. Like remember how we were doing like kind of like that front reach? It's going to be that movement, but it's going to be a little bit more dynamic. So here. Inhale, you're pressing down, so you're kind of stretching out the inner part of the thighs. Once you get down here, extend one leg out, and you're really trying to think about that leg going, lengthening all the way out, and you're still keeping that pressure down. And you're going to find that the knee is going to come down a little bit more, okay? And just try to think with the toes up, okay? And then bring it back in as you sit up. Inhale, press and come down, extend the leg out, okay? And remember, the top portion, the torso, is just kind of weighted down, okay? Because with this one, it's going to be that same movement as we were going down with that squeeze up, but this time you're going to be down here. And all you're going to do is you're going to add in a bridge to that, okay? So the hands are going to be here. Shoulders are back. Remember, the torso is nice and straight, nice and locked in. Inhale nice and deep. Squeeze the glutes up. Squeeze the legs in, okay? And then exhale, hips come down first, and then bring the knees down. So inhale nice and deep into the belly. Squeeze the glutes up first. So they're nice and high, keeping that pelvis in line. And that's the rest of the exhale. So the inhale is one. Exhale, one half of the exhale. That's the second half of the exhale. Okay? So this one, so same thing, we're here. Lean forward. Exhale out. Exhale out. Okay? And then bring them back in. Inhale nice and deep. Press. Woo. Press. Come down. Exhale. And exhale. Okay? And you can play with it. You can do the right first and the left, or you can do the left and then the right. So just kind of play around with them. With that, to increase that range of motion, all we're going to do is, I'll show you here. We're going to separate our feet a little bit wider. So instead of our feet being tight together like this, they'll be kind of like in this position. So what I want you to do is I want you to start out just like this. So if your toes are kind of, the inner part of your ankles are touching, that's like a good position to start in. And then when you come down, you'll just kind of think about this side of your foot, like the outside of your foot, as kind of like that pivotal point. Boom, boom. So it'll be in this position. So get the feet nice and straight in line so that you know that when you come down flat, they'll be close. You're going to be here in this position. So the feet are up. Inhale nice and deep. Squeeze the glutes. Then as you pull the knees in, your feet are going to go flat. So you should be just like this, kind of in that regular bridge position. Okay?
Okay.
So what we want to be thinking about is that we squeeze the glutes up just like that with the hips open, and then we're squeezing all the way through and enacting and engaging all those hamstrings all the way down until your feet are nice and flat. So you really want to think about that rounding connectivity of the glutes coming all the way around as you're squeezing in, then into the inside of the thighs, and then right in the back of the hamstrings. So you're going to hold it there. And what we're going to think about is we're going to focus on kind of like that upper, remember I was saying about those little muscles that kind of hold the shoulder blades together? We're going to be thinking about those, okay? So the feet are going to be here. You're going to still keep that open position. So we're going to pull the elbows into the rib cage like this. And what I want you to think about is just turning the arms out towards your knees. So you're going to hold them here and just create a little bit of resistance. So let's bring it a little bit closer. So hold it a little bit closer. There you go. So as you come down, you're going to pull the shoulder blades down first. So what you want to think about is pulling the shoulder blades back. Okay? So we're pulling the elbows into the body almost like you're doing a row. So now you see how there's a little bit of slack in there?
Yeah.
So make it a little bit tighter. There you go. And then what I want you to think about is you're opening your arms up like this, so that you're ultimately in this position. So your forearms are in line with your thighs. Okay, so give it a little bit more slack. There you go. And remember, pull the elbows down and back so you're squeezing. There you go. So the motion isn't really like I'm pushing out this way. You want to think about opening up, like as if you were gonna like break a stick, or you were trying to break the band in half. Bam. So you're opening up the wrists. Okay? So remember, it's just because we're using the resistance band, it's going to be a light movement. So it shouldn't be like, I'm going to get it all the way out here, It's going to be just thinking about that, because what you're doing is you want to focus on activating those little small back muscles. But that's going to be the movement that's doing it. So you're pulling in there and you're going to squeeze in. So inhale nice and deep. Open up. Okay, this one will be the overhand grip. Feet are going to be here, and as you open up, extend the leg. Extend the leg. So you're pulling that band right from here. And remember, you're thinking about opening up in this position. Keep the chest up, back nice and straight. And you're trying to put your forearms in an upward position. But remember, we're focusing on, you're going to focus on like this portion of your shoulder blade. So as I'm coming out, you're keeping those shoulder blades pulled back into this position. So as you extend the leg, you're going to be nice and straight, and your arm is going to be out here. Okay, as you're laying down, you're going to hold that butterfly position, and all we're going to do is the bridge going up. It's not going to be the leg squeezing in like that. So the arm is going to be here. You're going to hold that underhand grip with the band. Then as you go out, as for that exhale, it's going to be arms are coming out and you're squeezing the glutes up. Okay, so the arms are coming out this way, glutes are going straight up. So you're keeping that pelvis nice and tight, keeping the glutes contracted, and you're pinching those elbows tight to your body, and you're turning the arms out. Remember, overhand position there. You're going to still be doing the leg extension, but this time, instead of the elbows being pulled down, you're going to hold them up here just like this. So you're going to think about kind of like as if you're opening a book this way, okay? So the elbows are going to be almost pointed forward. You're going to be holding on just like this. Inhale nice and deep. Exhale, and you're opening up just like this, okay? Here. Okay, so now this point, if these are your shoulder blades, we were kind of targeting like in the bottom inside of the shoulder blades here. This one we're going to be focusing more on the upper portion of the shoulder blades. So as you go to pull out this way, your elbows are going to be up, and as you're pulling out, turning this way, you're going to start to feel it in the upper mid portion, like near your spine. A little bit of kind of like pressing movement, okay? So we'll be here. You're going to still keep the same movements, holding it here, thinking about the wrist turning out, but I want a little bit less separation because this one's going to be a little bit harder. So you're going to hold here, just give me that rotation out, and then we're going to lift straight up, okay? So it'll be here, inhale nice and deep, turn the wrist out, and you're going to try to lift straight up, okay? Bring it back down. So what we want to focus on is keeping the elbows pulled in. So right here, turn the wrist out, get to like that tension point, and you're lifting straight up.